Have you ever wondered what a galaxy is, what it's made of, how many types there are? Well, the answers to these questions are quite fascinating. A galaxy in its purest form is a system of stars, stellar remnants, interstellar gas, dust, and a mysterious component known as dark matter, all bound together by gravity. The term galaxy itself is derived from the Greek word galaxias, which translates to milky. This is a tribute to our very own galaxy, the Milky Way, which houses our solar system. Galaxies are colossal, with an average of 100 billion stars. Their sizes vary from dwarfs, which possess less than 100 million stars, to supergiants that contain up to 100 trillion stars. Each star orbits the galaxy's center of mass. Most of a galaxy's mass is dark matter, with only a small percentage visible in the form of stars and nebulae. A supermassive black hole is a common feature at the center of galaxies. Galaxies are categorized based on their visual morphology into three types: elliptical, spiral, or irregular. It's believed that most galaxies have supermassive black holes at their centers. For instance, the Milky Way's central black hole, known as Sagittarius A*, has a mass 4 million times greater than the Sun. It's estimated that there are between 200 billion to 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. Most galaxies are 1,000 to 100,000 parsecs in diameter, equivalent to approximately 3,000 to 300,000 light-years, and are separated by millions of parsecs, or megaparsecs. To put this in perspective, the Milky Way has a diameter of at least 26,800 parsecs, and its nearest large neighbor, the Andromeda Galaxy, is 780,000 parsecs away. The space between galaxies is filled with a tenuous gas known as the intergalactic medium, with an average density of less than 1 atom per cubic meter. Most galaxies are gravitationally organized into groups, clusters, and superclusters. The Milky Way, for instance, is part of the Local Group, which it dominates along with the Andromeda Galaxy. This group is part of the Virgo supercluster. On a larger scale, these associations are generally arranged into sheets and filaments surrounded by vast voids. Millions of galaxies have been cataloged, but only a few have well-established names, such as the Andromeda Galaxy, the Magellanic Clouds, the Whirlpool Galaxy, and the Sombrero Galaxy. Astronomers work with numbers from certain catalogs, like the Messier catalog, the NGC, the IC, the CGCG, the MCG, the UGC, and the PGC. All well-known galaxies appear in one or more of these catalogs, but each time under a different number. In summary, a galaxy is a system of stars, stellar remnants, interstellar gas, dust, and dark matter. They come in different sizes and types: elliptical, spiral, or irregular. Galaxies are organized into groups, clusters, and superclusters and are cataloged by astronomers. Each galaxy is a unique and fascinating component of the universe, contributing to the complexity and beauty of the cosmos.
Have you ever wondered what creates the mesmerizing band of light that stretches across our night sky? It's none other than the Milky Way, our home galaxy. But what exactly is it, and how have our perceptions of it evolved over time? The story begins with Greek philosopher Democritus, who around 450 BCE proposed that the Milky Way might be composed of distant stars. However, his contemporary, Aristotle, had a different idea. He suggested that the Milky Way was the result of the ignition of fiery exhalations from numerous large stars taking place in the upper part of the atmosphere. Fast forward to around 500 CE, Olympiodorus the Younger, a Neoplatonist philosopher, criticized Aristotle's view. He argued that if the Milky Way was situated between Earth and the Moon, its appearance should vary from different locations on Earth, which it did not. Therefore, he concluded, the Milky Way must be celestial. The first attempt at observing and measuring the Milky Way's parallax was made by Arabian astronomer Ibn al-Haytham around the year 1000. He determined that since the Milky Way had no parallax, it must be far from Earth, not part of the atmosphere. Persian astronomer al-Biruni and Andalusian astronomer Avimpach further proposed that the Milky Way was a collection of countless star fragments almost touching each other, appearing as a continuous image due to refraction. The notion that the Milky Way consisted of many stars was confirmed by Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei in 1610, when he used a telescope to study it. In 1750, English astronomer Thomas Wright speculated that the Milky Way might be a rotating body of a huge number of stars held together by gravitational forces, similar to the solar system but on a much larger scale. Immanuel Kant later elaborated on Wright's idea, proposing a structure for the Milky Way. The first project to describe the shape of the Milky Way and the position of the Sun was undertaken by William Herschel in 1785. He produced a diagram showing the solar system close to the galaxy's center. However, a different method by Harlow Shapley based on globular clusters led to a different picture, a flat disk with the Sun far from the center. Both of these analyses failed to account for the absorption of light by interstellar dust in the galactic plane. It was not until Robert Julius Trumpler quantified this effect in 1930 that the current picture of the Milky Way emerged. To wrap up, our understanding of the Milky Way has evolved dramatically from the times of the ancient Greeks to the present day. From the early belief that it was an atmospheric phenomenon to the realization that it's a vast, rotating collection of stars and other celestial bodies, our knowledge of the Milky Way has expanded just like the galaxy itself. So, the next time you gaze up at the night sky, remember the centuries of thought and discovery that have gone into understanding that beautiful band of light.